All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Julian Andres Uni. Today, we're going to have our Intermediate English 2 course topics explanation for the Model 1 of our course. My name, once again, is Julian Andres Uni. So, what we are going to check in this class is first, grammar review for the topics of the Model number 1. Next, we're going to have the Model 1 tasks like the explanation, and we're going to have final comments at the end. So, welcome one more time. Um, we're going to start with modal verbs in past. Remember that these modal verbs are those kind of structures that help us to soften or to modify the intention of a sentence. Con estos verbos modales lo que hacemos es como suavizar un poquito. ¿M? No es lo mismo decir páseme las llaves que decir me pasaría las llaves. You know that change in the intention. So the structure, the basic structure is subject plus should have plus the past participle and complement. Let's see how it looks. She should have studied more to approve the English course. That is specific what we are having. She should have studied more to approve the English course. Or they should have gone to the Amazon region when they could afford it. This is the grammar structure. Remember, subject plus should have plus the past participle of the main verb and the complement. Remember that should have we use that something in the past didn't happen, yeah, and we wish it had happened. So we talk about past mistakes or regrets. Now we have might have. Might have is a bit different, but the structure is the same. She might have and then taken, because remember that these are modals in past. So she might have taken classes when she was younger, but she was working. We might have gone to doctor, but she hates going to hospitals. Might have means that something did not happen, but we wish it had happened. The same. But we use might have to talk about the speculations. The main difference in here is that we should have, we talk about past mistakes or regrets. And in here, we talk about some speculations, something that might happen in the past, but of course it didn't happen, but it could be a possibility there. We have could have. Could have means that something did not happen, but we wish it had happened, the same. We use could have to talk about regrets, mainly regrets. She could have taken English classes when she was younger. She could have met that famous person that day. Yes, some kind of regrets. Let's move to the next topic, enough. Enough is a word that it is related to kind of quantity of something, ¿sí? Como hablando más o menos de cantidades. Is used to talk about what is sufficient or adequate, ¿sí? Para hablar de qué tanto es suficiente o adecuado de algo. So we have three structures in here: adjective plus enough, adverb plus enough, and enough plus noun. So in this adjective plus enough, we have open-minded enough. Let's see the example. My mother tried to explain my father why some women suffer from depression, but he wasn't open-minded enough to understand. Yeah. So remember that the structure is the adjective go first and then enough. My father was tall enough to change the light bulb without using a chair or a ladder. Yes, you have tall plus enough. All right, let's continue. Adverb plus enough. Remember that adverbs are mainly modifying in some sense the verbs. Sasha took the exam early enough to be able to go home. Early is an adverb. This one, Kevin and Rush tried to do well enough in the quiz to improve their grade point average. And with nouns, Enough goes first. Lindsay said that she had enough perseverance to reach her far in life, or Paul's family had enough money to buy the luxurious condo in Miami. The next topic is two. Structures with two. Two plus the adjective. We have I have never felt such love in my life. This is too surreal. And we use to talk about an excess. Yes, that is something in extremely excess. Cuando hay en exceso algo, yeah, we use to. The doctor was too sweet to the little kitties. Mm, what else? Two plus adverb. Nia finished the police report too early, so her boss gave her another one to do. And we have also two plus the noun. The rice had too many raisins. So this structure help us to increase a bit vocabulary, and we like try to express in a huge quantity of something that we have. Let's continue with phrasal verbs. The phrasal verbs are made of a verb and a preposition or an adverb or both sometimes. So it is a set of words next to a verb. So they have a new meaning. Yeah. Get into, get, it's the verb, into the preposition, get into, to enter. Break out is to break out. Get away, it is like to escape. To fill out, it's like to complete the format. Or make up, it's to invent. Yeah, we're going to see some examples next. We have with adverbs to give back, to pick up, to try out. So pick up is collect, give back return, and try out test by using. Yeah. And with prepositions to get on, it is to continue, to grow up, become an adult, and show up, it's to arrive. Yeah, to arrive to a meeting, for example. These examples, he gets into the psychology lab. So he enters to the psychology lab. Remember that if we need to conjugate, for example, in simple present, we make the conjugations directly in the verb. He made up a new pill to overcome cancer disease. They get on testing chemicals to eradicate symptoms of cold. So we have present perfect continuous. We use present perfect continuous to talk about the recent past events, like something that just um, has been happening, yeah, during this morning. So we have subject plus has been as an auxiliary plus the verb with ing ending and the complement. She hasn't been eating well since last week. I haven't been sleeping much lately. I've been waking up at nights without any reason. So remember ing form plus haven't or have been. If we have the third person, we make the conjugation of the auxiliary to have. So the past perfect continuous refers to an action that condition, an act that condition refers to an action that condition that continued until a specific point in the past. So it was during, like in process, during the past, up to certain moment. Yeah. Mainly we use it combined with the past simple. Yeah, because it needs to mark the end. But let's see. We have the modal verb had, then the verb been, always in this way, had been, and the verb with ing. We have the example, she became ill because she had been eating unhealthy. She passed English because she had been studying a lot. Yeah. In this way, it is past perfect, he had been, and continues with this verb in ing. So We use it in duration before another action in the past caused something in the past. Yeah. We have some verbs that are ex exceptions and we don't use the ing form, like the verb to be, to like, to want, to love, to want, to hate, to cost, and to dislike. Now we have like to clarify some concepts, even though these are like basic ones, just to make the clarifications. We have nouns, adjectives, comparatives, and superlatives. Remember that in nouns we have professions, places, animals, objects, and people, countries. Yes, we have different type of nouns, with different types of nouns that we can have. And for adjectives are those words that we use to express characteristics of nouns. So mainly we modify with adjectives the nouns. For example, we have sky or blue sky. Yeah, with blue, I'm giving the characteristic of a specific color to the sky. And comparatives. So comparatives are those adjectives that we use to compare one to one. We use it, for example, the day is clearer than yesterday. Yeah. Or today the sky is clearer than yesterday. So we are comparing the sky from 2 days, different days, and one is clearer and the other one is darker. We have also superlatives that are adjectives that we use to compare nouns. For example, one noun versus a group of the same, that we are like giving a comparison, and one is like exceptional. Exceptional best or exceptional worst. Yeah, we can have both opposites. Entonces se pueden hacer superlativos para bien o para mal. ¿Sí? The best, el mejor. The worst, el peor. Yeah, from a group of reference. We have some adjectives to describe places, and depending on the opposite. Yeah, we have expensive against cheap. So expensive, you have to pay a lot in that place. And cheap, the opposite. Maybe you don't have to pay that much. Um, we have also polluted versus clean. So if a place is polluted, it is because it has a lot of contamination. Yeah. And if it is clean, it's because they are like people take care a lot from this place. We have modern against and versus traditional. Traditional could be old, kind of old, if we are talking about a place. For example, downtown is traditional, and I don't know, financial district is modern. Yeah, it could be noisy versus peaceful or calm. So you can talk about, for example, a street that could be noisy, or a park could be peaceful or calm. And of course, about weather or climate, we have hot, that, oh Jesus Christ, I need water all the time, and cold, that is, it's freezing here. I feel cold. Now, the comparatives, remember that depending on the characteristic or the adjective that we are using, we need to apply some rules that we may have to compare. So we have the main verb, the main rule, that is, if you have an adjective, you are just going to add er to that adjective and that's it. Plus the word than. En español than traduce que pero sin tilde, que es el que yo utilizo para traducir. Mayor que, menor que. That one is than. Living in Tunja is cheaper than living in Bogota. Yeah, we have cheap, like this one in here, cheap. And oh, we added ER. Living in Tunja is cheaper than living in Bogota. So we have two places, Tunja and Bogota. And we're talking about lifestyle and the cost of life. One syllable adjective, yes. Um, if the adjective sounds like really short, for example, big, cheap, wide, dry. Yes, they are like really short. That is why we add just er. But in the case of the adjective that is consonant plus vowel and consonant, like for example, big, consonant, vowel, consonant, we are going to duplicate the last consonant and add er. That's it. And for those adjectives that finish in E, we are just adding the R. Si ya tenemos una E, pues solamente agregamos R. The new road is wider than the old road. And if we have an adjective finished in Y, we are going to replace Y for IER. The Sahara Desert is drier than the North Pole. If we have two or more syllables, adjectives, it finishes in Y, we are going to replace it by EIER. For example, funny. Two or more syllables, funny. We have funnier. But if it is longer, like, and it is not finished in Y, we are going to add the word more. For example, polluted. Polluted is three syllable, polluted. Yeah, we are going to add more. And we don't modify the adjective. Si es muy grande, polluted, tres o más sílabas y dos o más sílabas, vamos a hacer, lo que vamos a hacer es agregar la palabra completa more. Y a polluted lo dejamos igualito, no le modificamos nada. Los irregular, pues tenemos varios, pero los más reconocidos, good, better, bad, worse, far, farther. La regla es memorize them. All right. In the case of superlatives, recuérdense que estoy comparando un sujeto contra un grupo de referencia. Las reglas son exactamente las mismas, pero vamos a agregar the antes del adjetivo and est. Africa is the poorest continent in the world. Bogotá is the biggest city of Colombian cities. Yeah, the biggest city. ¿Listo? Eso con respecto a los de one syllable. About two or more syllables, we are going to add the word most, the most polluted in the world. ¿Listo? Y tenemos unos que son irregulares, los mismos, good, the best, bad, the worst, far, the farthest. All right, for you to bear in mind the geography vocabulary. Yes, this is only for you to bear in mind. The geography vocabulary. That is what we are going to like use for a certain of uh, some activities that we're going to have in the course. But it is like for just for you to bear in mind. Mainly plateau, valley, coastline, peninsula, mountain, lake, plain, pond, jungle. Yes, but we have wide more. Yes, archipelago, island, cape, strait, sound. Yeah, we have wide more, but just for you to bear in mind them. Now, next topic, would rather or would prefer. We have would rather that and would prefer that are some structures that help us to express the preference. Para expresar preferencias. Yes, and we say he would rather travel to Aruba in December. No llevan to. ¿Listo? Would rather, no. We would rather stay in a luxurious restaurant. ¿Listo? Con prefer, si llevamos to. I would prefer to visit the Eiffel Tower. I would prefer to go out with their friends in Sonata in Bogota. If we use these structures, we are like marking a difference because we are having wide more vocabulary and wide more development of our language. Mostramos más caché. ¿Listo? Con I would prefer, I would rather. Ahora, the negative form, it is the opposite. Yes, I would rather not exercise in the park. I would rather not eat out in a luxurious restaurant. I would prefer not to exercise in the park. I would prefer not to drink a cocktail. ¿Listo? Vamos a tener el to solamente. Would prefer. Next topic, tag questions. With tag questions, we need to bear in mind two things. The tense in which we are like reporting or asking, and the and if it is negative or affirmative sentence. ¿Listo? ¿Para qué nos sirve? Para hacer confirmaciones. You're confirming what you just heard or something that you are expressing and you want to reconfirm. For example, is she American? Isn't she? We have the expression in here, she is American, and the thing that we need to reconfirm, isn't she? En español también tenemos esto, ¿cierto? Nosotros, ¿cierto? Nosotros tenemos la expresión, por ejemplo, y llegaste tarde, ¿no? ¿Sí? Llegaste tarde está en presente y afirmativo, en pasado y en afirmativo. Ajá, ¿dónde está pasado? Aquí. Y yo contesto y yo hago una pregunta en negativo, ¿no? So, she's American, isn't she? Aquí está en afirmativo y la pregunta question, la tag es isn't she? Y lo mismo aquí, she isn't American, isn't she? Is she? Just for you to confirm. And the same with the each tense. He'll read this book, won't he? He won't read this book, will he? Just for you to make practice. And with this, you are showing more management of the English level. Then we have either or and neither or. For either, there are the first one that we have in here. Either, there are only two types of hamburger. I want either, I don't mind. We use it to express that we choose any of them, yeah? Number one is okay, number two is okay too. So I want either. Either or, either the blue or the red. Cualquiera. Esto, entonces aquí, yo quiero cualquiera, no me importa. Pero aquí puedo decir o el azul o el rojo para expresar que estoy de acuerdo con cualquiera, ¿cierto? We will have either sandwich or hamburger. ¿Cómo lo traducimos en español? O sándwich o hamburguesa. And that's it. Now, with either of them are new. Cualquiera de ellos son nuevos. They can send either of those invitations. So we can kind of have two things to choose. And we choose either, ¿ya? Cualquiera. Ir for agreement. Ah, esto también es muy bueno. Si tenemos de pronto que expresar que estoy de acuerdo con algo, I don't have a cat, I don't have a cat either. Yes. Si estoy de acuerdo en una forma negativa o si estoy de acuerdo en una forma positiva. ¿Listo? Por ejemplo, si aquí dijera I can swim today, podríamos decir so can I, pero este es negativo, I can't either. ¿Listo? Yo tampoco puedo. Con neither. Neither es ni, significa ni en español. I need neither. I already have them. Yeah, ninguno. He wore neither. He sold a pair of shoes. ¿Listo? Con neither or nor, que significa ni. They couldn't get neither the tickets nor the shirts for the concert. No pudieron comprar ni los tiquetes ni las camisetas para el concierto. Or neither he nor she wanted to have class. Ni él ni ella wanted to have class. So for you to like to play with those items. Neither of the buses were going there. Ninguno de. Ninguno de los buses were going there. She didn't watch neither of the TV series recommended. Neither for agreement. I didn't like that movie. Neither did I. Neither will we. Yeah, according to the grammar tense that we have over there. Bien, cambio de tema. Let's continue. Relative clauses. So we have reflexive pronouns that precede by the noun, adverb, adjective, or pronoun which refers in the same sentence. To clarify which person, place, or thing we are talking about. Básicamente, con este relative clause lo que estamos haciendo es referirnos a un pronombre o a un sujeto, ¿sí?, específico de la oración que acabamos de decir para hacer como una especie de clarificación. Vamos a ver cómo funciona. Tenemos con who, which, whom, and that. Who is that woman who lives in Six Falls? Sioux Falls. ¿Sí? ¿Quién es esa mujer? Ese hombre que vive o quién vive. ¿Ya? Por no repetir ese hombre, decimos who. That park, that is the park which I want to visit. El cual, ¿cierto? Ese parque es el cual yo quiero visitar. She is my mom, whom I admire so much. ¿Listo? Ahí está. You should not believe in everything that mass media shows you on TV. ¿Ya? ¿De qué estamos hablando? De en everything. ¿Qué hacemos con esto? Como hacer un reciclo, ¿sí? Ciclar nuevamente sobre una partecita de la oración que acabamos de decir para hacer más claridad. Listo. Entonces, ¿cuándo utilizamos who? Cuando nos referimos a la persona como es. Cuando utilizamos, por ejemplo, what or which or that, podría ser cuando nos referimos a la acción que desarrolla la persona. ¿Listo? Next topic, be used to. Be used to is is used to express what you are accustomed to. ¿Listo? This is mainly about habits. Cosas que estamos acostumbrados a hacer. He used to reading science fiction books because he is addicted to know those stories. They are used to checking their homeworks. So we have the verb to be in here according to the pronoun, and we have used to plus the main verb using the ing form. ¿Listo? Entonces, pronombre, verbo to be, en presente de acuerdo con lo que, pues de acuerdo con el pronombre. Luego, used to, siempre used to, y luego el verbo principal usando la forma ing. Then we have report speech. Report speech is used to mention something that someone said. Entonces tenemos siempre el reporte es lo que yo escucho y lo que transmito. Como lo transmito es report speech. ¿Listo? Tenemos reporte directo, quotations, ¿sí? Porque decimos tal cual como lo dice la persona y tal cual lo transcribo. Si, por ejemplo, la persona dice, pues yo estoy muy cansada, yo voy a decir, ella dijo, quotations, yo estoy muy cansada. Y si yo soy un hombre, digo, no, yo mejor lo reporto. Ella dijo que estaba cansada. Listo. Entonces se tiene en cuenta varios aspectos. El primero es el tiempo gramatical en el que lo dice la persona. ¿Listo? En report speech, lo que vamos a hacer es que tenemos que irnos un tiempo gramatical hacia atrás. ¿Por qué? Porque así es la forma. Cuando nos lo dicen, están en un momento de la vida Y cuando yo lo digo, ese momento ya pasó, así que yo tengo que volverme a ese momento en que me lo dijeron, ¿cierto? Pero si esta persona estaba remembrando un momento más hacia atrás en el pasado, pues desde luego yo voy a hacer lo mismo, me devuelvo aún más en el pasado. ¿Listo? Entonces tenemos presente. Si me lo dicen en presente, mi reporte desde luego irá en pasado simple. Presente simple, pasado simple. Anna said she was on her way. Entonces tenemos el reporte cambia en cuestión de tiempo gramatical. Si ella me lo dice en pasado, he got to eat the leftover food which was in the fridge yesterday, Billy said. ¿Cierto? Entonces yo digo, Bill said that he had gotten to eat the leftover food which was in the fridge the day before. ¿Listo? Entonces todo esto significa que yo tengo que ponerle atención a cada una de los verbos que hay dentro de mi oración para ir haciendo la correspondiente ajuste en cuanto a tiempo gramatical. Si me lo dicen en presente perfecto, pues yo lo digo en pasado perfecto. Si me lo dicen con un verbo modal, pues dependiendo del verbo modal, yo puedo hacer como una especie de adaptación hacia el pasado al tiempo modal. Por ejemplo, con can, el pasado sería could. Bueno, mm, si me lo dicen en pasado perfecto, pues lo dejo en pasado perfecto porque más hacia atrás no hay otra figura en el pasado. Así que pues nos mantenemos con ese mismo. ¿Qué más se debe tener en cuenta? Se debe tener en cuenta el pronombre. Si esta persona me lo dice como I, yo ya no puedo decir I, ¿cierto? Yo tengo que cambiarlo y ajustarlo. Si me lo dice una mujer, digo she. Si me lo dice un hombre, digo he. Si me lo dice pues de una máquina, pues digo it, ¿cierto? ¿Para qué? Pues me coincida. Si tengo el nombre de la persona, pues se conserva el nombre de la persona. Por ejemplo, Anna. Anna said that she was on her way. Mm, listo. ¿Qué más se debe tener en cuenta? Los momentos de tiempo que me mencionan. Ella me dice yesterday, pero yesterday no es el mismo yesterday de mi presente ahora si yo se lo estoy contando a alguien. Mi yesterday es, digamos, por ejemplo, el día antes de hoy, hoy es lunes. Ayer para mí es el domingo que acaba de pasar. Pero si ella me dijo el sábado, yesterday, eso significa que fue el viernes, su viernes de ese momento. Entonces yo lo que hago simplemente that day or the day before, ¿sí? Dependiendo de lo que me estén, de cómo me lo estén contando. Y si tengo, por ejemplo, em, mm, adjetivos posesivos, pues desde luego, si ella dice my pet, yo digo her pet, para adecuarlo con respecto a lo que me dice esa persona. Digamos que eso es así en ciencia cierta, report speech es un tema bastante amplio, pero creo que son las bases que le van a permitir a las personas o a todos los que estudien para que puedan desarrollar el ejercicio. ¿Listo? Reflexive pronouns, we have subject plus, we have in here subject, and in here we have the reflexive pronoun. ¿Para qué nos sirve el pronombre reflexivo? Para hablar de la persona misma, de mí mismo, de tú mismo, de ella misma, ¿sí? De nosotros mismos. Cuando nosotros decimos eso mismo, nosotros en inglés tenemos una forma. Myself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, themselves, and yourselves. Look at here, when you have the plural form, we change the F for VES. Yourself también existe en singular, yourself, only with F in here, and in plural is selves. Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are used to emphasize in the subject who does an action. Yeah, I cut my hair myself. She washed her clothing herself. Yeah, that is exactly what we are doing. Listo. Entonces, we have model 1 tasks. Remember that we always use the modules to reach our tasks. We have 1.1, 2.1, and 3.1. the same icon. Tienen el mismo icono, mire, porque son talleres, ¿sí? La diferencia es que con esto yo puedo entrar y salir cuantas veces, siempre y cuando no le dé clic en entregar, puedo entrar y salir. La plataforma me va guardando mis avances. Con los punto 2, assessment, estos sí son evaluaciones. Estas tenemos un tiempo límite de 75 minutos para grabar toda la información, el speaking, todo. Por favor, no dejen el speaking para el último. Y ahí vamos a estar desarrollando las actividades. Aquí en Readers van a encontrar tres textos. ¿Sí? El primero le sirve para el 1.1 y el 1.2. El segundo para el 2.1 y 2.2. Y el tercero para el 3.1 y el 3.2. ¿Listo? Supporting material para encontrar mucha información que es muy importante para que, digamos, a forma de resumen, podamos ir leyendo la información sobre los temas gramaticales que acabamos de ver. Remember that you need to check every single activity, the instructions of each activity inside each workshop. And before starting the participation, please read all the material. If you need to clarify something, you can reach me. I'm gonna send you the link for the WhatsApp group, but also you're gonna have the opportunity to call me uh, if you are able to call me by this telephone number and extension 1212. Thank you very much, guys. If you have any doubt, please let me know. By this moment, I'm gonna finish the recording of this session. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye, goodbye.